See, the cool thing about us being from the Midwest, it's like being from a small town, a farming community. It's like we grew up on cartoons and Iron Maiden, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like we never had a lot of the big city vibe. Like, you know, like in New York, you can see like there's Biohazard, and they're like they've got their like urban kind of feel thing. You can tell where they're from. Us, you know, we had cornfields and the stars to look at and cartoons to watch. Exactly.
What do you think the difference between a Midwestern metal band and LA boys and you know city boys, big city guys? I guess Chicago's a big city, but I don't know what you guys.
Well, the funny thing with us is, even though we're close to Chicago and we've been kind of like seen as like that Chicago band thing, we never played Chicago before we got signed.
Really?
We played the Riv one time, but we paid to play there. That was before we were signed, but the only shows that we had were even close to Chicago were like suburb type stuff. Chicago's a very closed kind of scene, and we never got in.
Well, explain, what do you mean closed? I don't get it.
It's not a heavy scene at all.
Yeah.
It's not at all. It's more blues. It's famous for blues and jazz and that kind of stuff. House music, electronica, that kind of thing. You don't get like heavy bands coming around. Living and growing up in an area that's basically a cultural void, you look for things to answer that sense that you have to explore and grow into being an adult. So for me, I don't know, I think it was actually more of a fertile sort of environment, really. I mean, I looked to books, TV, movies, things like that. In my late teens, going to school, early college years, you know, philosophy and psychology, things like that became really interesting because it was something to occupy my mind. For us, I mean, this album was a point of realization at a time where we kind of found the tools that we needed to express ourselves, and it was a real liberating time. And now, from that point, I kind of saw that as an initiation in the sense of a beginning, a place to move from. The next two albums, I think, are really going to say a lot about what we are. Whereas this was kind of like, you know, give somebody tools and see what they're going to do. I mean, we were really overwhelmed when we did the album. We were really caught in the moment, and we just signed a record contract and all this stuff. I mean, it was it was very charged. It was a very charged time, and we felt, of course, like we wanted to deliver the most extreme, concentrated example of what we were. What we've tried to do with our product is deliver something that's multifaceted enough that you can approach it from different angles. You can be a 12-year-old kid and hear the rhythms there. You can jump up and down, whatever, and get into it. And you don't necessarily have to comprehend on an intellectual level the concepts or themes or the content. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, definitely. So that's
whereas if you have
music,
exactly,
for sure.
But if you're say, you know, like we want to appeal to adults too, and people that want to be challenged, provoked intellectually or personally, psychologically, artistically, whatever. That content is also in the music. So trying to find that balance point between being too contrived or whatever, too intellectual, but also being accessible on a more primal, emotive level. I think we do both of those things. And I don't think that what we do intellectually with our music necessarily isolates a 12-year-old listener. And I think the proof is in the fact that, you know, you come to our show and you're going to see, you know, 75% of our market is 13 to 17-year-old fans.
I wanted to ask you about this, the makeup here.
Sure.
When did you guys first get into the makeup, the idea of putting it on?
About 3 years ago. Yeah, it's been about 3 years. We used to do it back in the day when we were playing bars on a local level, and it was it did what it was, not to say it doesn't do what it's supposed to do now, but back then it was really kind of exciting because we'd go into a bar and like, you know, paint it up like this and everyone would leave. Where we were at originally, I mean, if you think about going into battle, you have to set aside any personal concern. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go into battle knowing you're going to be killed and fight for the cause, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So for us, it's almost a disassociative sort of thing, vehicle, where I'm not thinking about me anymore. I'm part of the band, I'm part of the unit. Mm-hmm. I'm in ant mode. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
it is like your war paint.
Exactly, it's like war paint, exactly.